Thank you, Annette. That was fantastic information on videos. Obviously, a technology that's not going anywhere quickly, and it's great to learn how we can use that in our businesses. Another hot topic, always a hot topic on the social side, is the Facebook platform. Our next speaker is Remy Morvan, who has used that platform for some just phenomenal successes on the business side of things, some great results, and he's going to tell us how he did it and why social platforms like Facebook specifically are just as relevant now and why we should really start using them in our day-to-day businesses. Remy, come on up.
Thank you so much. A little bit like Annette, I'm kind of short, so if they're videotaping us today, the top of my head is not my best feature. So I will be talking today about precision targeting using Facebook. So I'm not talking about your personal profile, I'm not talking about your business page. You do need a business page to run these ads, but we're going to talk about how targeted you can get. Instead of sending a broad message to everyone, how you can send a specific message to some very, very niche markets. So a little bit about me. I am owner and broker of Capital Homes Realty. I've been licensed since 2011. Some people will say, wow, that's pretty quick. I'll explain a little bit in the next slide of my mentality of why I may have jumped quickly from realtor into owner. I've been a broker owner since 2014. I'm from Kapuskasing, so I apologize, and none of you probably know where that is. Anyone know where Kapuskasing is? There you go. All right. It's really far north, if you guys want to know. And a fun fact, that is me. I was a professional mixed martial arts fighter before, so if you have really negative comments about my presentation, I don't know how I'll react personally. So we are businesses first, and this is where my mental approach, I've never really dived into real estate training and real estate scripts and real estate stuff. I've always considered myself a business. The moment I got my license, it was Remy Morvan business, not necessarily real estate. We just so happen to be in real estate, and I find the people that are really successful, the top agents, understand they don't just sell homes. There's so many facets, there's so many pillars to your personal business that you need to consider yourself the marketing department, the customer service department, the accountant. Make sure you pay your taxes and don't drain your business from the beginning. And marketing is one of the pillars of any business. Peter Drucker said that business is two things, is innovation and marketing. You need to create value, you need to create something, and then you need to market it to the market. We all do marketing. Some people do bus benches, direct mail, referrals, cold calling, even referrals. Some people are like, oh, I don't market. Well, every effort you're doing to get those referrals is a marketing technique that you're doing. And now, obviously, social media is playing a huge part. And I literally built my entire business. I never spent any money on anything but social media. So why Facebook? I can only explain it in 3 words. Targeting, targeting, and targeting. There is no other platform out there right now that you could target your ideal buyer or seller. We always talk about, I want to work with just these kind of buyers, or I want to work with just these sellers in this neighborhood. Aside from sending a mail out, that a lot of them get thrown out, and Ryan has a great success with them, but it's still only 0.02%. And just like Facebook, you can actually study those and know your analytics, and you know them in live time. Instead of putting a bus bench and not knowing for 4 months or 2 months what kind of response you're getting, you can actually have these analytics in real time, and you need to track them because you need to know where your money is going. It also allows you to create multiple ads. If you buy a bus bench, you have one ad. You have one message for everyone driving by. When the 14-year-old girl drives by with her mom after school, she sees your bus bench. Her mom's paying attention to the road. Was that money really well spent? And you only have one message. You can only say something, and to all the same audience. And it's zero cost to change your creative. So I say zero cost because a lot of agents, when they're starting out, they don't want to spend a lot of money on their creative. We'll get into why creative matters a lot. Just as much as the group you're targeting, you're creative. So what makes them stop? Everyone here has a Facebook account, and we all know how fast we scroll through our news feed, and we learn, and our brains learn what to stop for, what not to stop for, and we may not realize we're doing it, but it's happening at a really rapid pace. You get arguments from sometimes older agents that will say, well, no, people aren't, there's not that many people on Facebook, or they don't care. 72% of anyone that's on the internet has a Facebook account. And if you want to target people that are downsizing and you're like, well, those people aren't Well, 48% of every senior that is on the internet is using Facebook. So regardless if you're missing out on the other 52%, you have 48% of them that are there. And trust me, my mom's on Facebook because I have kids and I put pictures of my kids, and my mom shares, clicks, and likes everything. The demographic of 65 and over, there's a lot of them, and they'll click on everything. If you have the right message for them, they'll actually engage a lot better than some of the younger generations that's used to Facebook. Here's the fun part. You can actually have multiple objectives. You could choose what you want to do in every ad, and you can run multiple ads and split test these ads at the same time. So what do you want to do? Do you have this beautiful listing that you just got and you want to sell it? You want to expose yourself to a higher end market. It's your first high end listing, and you really want to try and target that neighborhood. Now you can really get in front of all the right eyeballs. Do you want to offer a free home evaluation or a free home inspection when you buy with me? The cool thing is that Facebook's algorithm will do it all for you. And in my breakout, we're going to actually go and create an ad. So my slides is step-by-step of creating an ad, and I'll show you how simple it is. Checked out. They said, I don't understand it. It's too complicated. I don't want to do it. But it's really simple because Facebook literally does it all for you. Do you want to run an open house and feature that, a first-time homebuyer seminar or a downsizing seminar? There's a specific objective tool where Facebook's algorithm will want you to succeed. They want you to give them more money, so they want your ads to succeed. So their algorithm will actually will improve your success just on their platform. So you can actually have collected lead at the bottom. So if you want to do an event or if you want to collect leads from a free home evaluation, you don't have to go in depth with lead pages and things like that. Once you get to a certain level, I do suggest you go more in depth with more technology. But if you want to start out, Facebook does it all for you. You don't need to know the different technologies. You just need to know how to use Facebook. So how targeted can you get? So this is my house. I run a few different ads in my neighborhood with a virtual bus bench. I've stepped away a lot from selling homes and running the brokerage as of late. But when I'm running these ads, I'm running multiple ads. So there will be one for women, one for men. We don't think the same. We don't visually stop for the same images. We don't listen to the same messages. So we have to get ourselves out of the mindset of just what we want to say. We need to know what they want to hear. Relationship status. When you're selling a listing, if it's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath home, I'm not targeting single women that are 28 to 32. They're not buying, well, your prices are much different. In Ottawa, they're not buying a $500,000 single home, right? So you could target if they're married, engaged, if they're in a relationship, if they have kids, how old are their kids? Maybe the home isn't suited. You're getting rid of people who may not fit the bill for the home, or when it comes to work and education, you can eliminate anyone that can't afford it. So, and in my breakout session, you'll actually see the back end of how you can target engineers, architects, business financial groups, and things like that, where the people that are seeing your ad, they can afford it. So regardless if you're trying to pull them in from a different neighborhood, you're not wasting your money on people that just can't even buy the home, or people you don't want to work with. And one of the best ones as well is language. So I know Toronto is very diverse. If you have a second language, you can target towards those people. I do it in Ottawa for French because I'm French, and again, on Annette's thing, I do it in video, and then the text is in French, and they're more likely to engage with it, more likely to have a connection with you. So use that advantage. It's your advantage. Use it. Get on video and make sure that everything, even if you're going to have the script of what you're saying. There are tools that can do that for you, and Facebook as well will do it now. So the captions, put it in that language so that the people will be scrolling through. The videos start playing automatically in the ads, and the words are like, well, that's not English. What? And it's only people that can understand that language. Life events, again, they may have just moved to Oakville or just moved to Mississauga, etc. You can target those people, and they may have not have bought yet, and they don't know anyone in town. There's a lot of real estate agents in the GTA, so if you can be the first one from when they move here before when they start looking, you can be the first one to interrupt them. So as targeted as we'll get in more detail of how targeted we can get and how we can exclude different groups in the breakout session, but the creative is just as important. If this is going to be your ad, we sell homes just like yours every day. What's your home worth? Anyone here will know that when they're scrolling through their Facebook feed, they will not stop and click on that. There's nothing engaging of it. There's no image that will capture your eye and make you stop scrolling. You're going to pass through this. You want to relate to them. You have to stop thinking of the message that you're telling. You want to know what they want to hear. So motion and video, like I said as well, in the creative, if the video will start playing, the motion, they're looking picture, 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 and then something starts moving, they're going to stop. It's just a pattern interrupt. You want to just stop them in their tracks. But you have to put the effort in the creative. And I'm not a creative designer by any means. This is one of my virtual bus benches that I use. It cost me $15. It looks good, I think. The guy's good looking anyways. But it took me $15 on Fiverr. So it used to be $5, but a lot of the top designers now charge a little bit more. But if you really don't even want to spend $15, there's sites like PicMonkey and Canva where I never had a transparent image. I didn't know. I was like, well, I don't have one. How can I put my face on top of an image without having the background? I Googled it. Said, make my picture transparent. A website came up. I uploaded my photo, clicked the background was gone, and I had a transparent photo. And now I can go to these free sites and just take the picture of my new listing. I can overlay my face. I can overlay my logo. So you can create it yourself. If you don't want to, it's not expensive. Fiverr, and there are different tools out there and more expensive tools, but there are really cheap ones as well. So this is an example of one of the listings. When you're doing a listing, you want to accentuate the best part of the home. So if it's a virtual bus bench or something you want to build your brand, you're going to want to keep your face or your logo or something that's going to, in every ad that you're doing, there's going to be something similar. Because if you're targeting a neighborhood, you want it to be consistent, just like the mailouts, but you can change your message every day, every week, every month. You can do that. So here I take the best part of the home, and what's going to make them stop is the image. Image is 60% of the ad. So that's what's going to make them stop. The next thing that they're going to look at is at the bottom, one of a kind, over 3,100 square feet. This was a townhome that was over 3,100 square feet. That draws a little bit of curiosity, and then in the top, you can explain a little bit more and give them just enough for them to click through. Now, the way I run my ads, especially with listings, I don't try to capture their information. What I want to do is give them exactly what they're looking for. So I send them to the listing to get more information. What happens when you actually provide what they've asked for, they'll start engaging. So you'll notice here, this is from a different ad, but it's only women. And what happens when women like the homes, and I'll be honest, women buy houses. I target, depending on certain homes that I have for sale, I'll oftentimes just target the women because they're going to be like, hey, honey, we're moving. But they start engaging with you. This is a hello. This is a handshake. If you don't do anything, if someone comments, and I see this time and time again, I have an example coming up where you'll have 10 comments and not a single response. They just shook your hand and you didn't say nothing. You have an opportunity now to engage. And I do with these people. I will follow up with them. You can message people. Even though they're not your friends on Facebook, you can message them and say, hey, Joanne, I saw that you like this house. You found it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I'd love to show it to you. No pressure. And, when would you like to come in? Sometimes you'll get some response. It's just like, it's kind of like cold calling, but a little warmer because they're interested in the home to a certain extent. And then they'll start tagging their boyfriend. They'll start tagging their friends. And when you target a certain neighborhood, people want to draw their friends. They'll be like, Jen, look at this home for you and John, things like that. So you'll notice when you actually give them the value that they asked for, you get these kind of results. Now, when you do your ads and you cheat and lie people, you're going to get what's coming to you. These ads were running in Ottawa, and of course I click on them because I want to know what's going on, and I give them my information. But you'll see that the comments start going where this asks for all your information, be careful, shameless realtor ad. So they're providing you a free home evaluation that you never get. Okay, the same company runs a second one, so they're split testing, and they've changed the image, changed the text, see what they can get, but it's still the same people that are running the ad. There is a way you can take away the comments section, but for me, when I'm looking at ads, and I get a lot of ads in my Facebook feed for entrepreneurs and things like that, I'll always look at the comments. And if the comments are disabled, I know that the comments weren't good in the first place, or else they'd leave them there and I'd see the interaction. So the same people are doing the same free home evaluation. This is where it can get ugly. This is crap, you don't get anything, they just take your contact information. All they did is jerk me around. This is a joke. My favorite one, boner biter. These are public with your ad. This is your face, your brand. This is what you're putting out there, and you're allowing these comments to. And I've clicked through this one. They ask for a lot of information. So you give them the information, or your wife's, and what you get in return is nothing. There are great ways to do this tactic with free home evaluations. You just have to do it honestly. And it's actually, if they're asking for it, give them a free home evaluation online. Is it accurate? Nope. But that's your follow-up. You said, hey, John, here's your free home evaluation. It's ranging from $650 to $725. Because of the range, I want some more information. Can you send me some more information on your home? What about this? What about that? You gave them what they wanted, they're more likely to respond. They'll be like, oh yeah, well, this is our home. You're still not going in trying to get the appointment right away. Now you can send them a second evaluation. You've given them something a second time. And it's a little bit more accurate, but there's still a discrepancy. Now you can maybe ask to get an appointment to come see the home and get their free in-person home evaluation. But these guys, what they're doing, they're taking the information and just remarketing to you the crap that they want to send out, not what you actually wanted to get in the first place. So breakout session, we're gonna go through how to create an ad, and it's because a lot of people aren't doing it because they think it's super hard. It's super easy. You literally just have to scroll down the page and Facebook tells you where to click, what to click, and then the hardest part sometimes is just being creative. I find there is a big lack of creativity in real estate. You need to think how your consumer thinks, or what you need to reverse engineer what you're trying to accomplish. So we're going to go through a lot more examples, but why I suggest you come to my breakout session after is just to get more details on this, because it is the best bang for your buck. You can spend a lot of money on different platforms, but you cannot target people so specifically and carve out a niche better than on Facebook. And these ads, when they're done right, they work. And you don't have to spend a lot of time creating these. I created one for you guys in Oakville that I'll be showing you, and it took me about 30 minutes. Not the best ad in the world, but I did it this morning just to give you guys context on your location and what you guys can do to create these ads. And at the end of the day, split testing and analytics, you get instant analytics. 4 hours in, you're going to know how many people liked it. If you're putting a video, you're going to know how many people are opting out after 5 seconds, how many people have watched 50%, 75%, 100% of your video. You know this right away. So if your video is bad, you're going to know pretty quickly. Like 100 people started watching the video, 100 of them didn't watch more than 10 seconds. Maybe I want to change my message. Maybe I want to shoot something different. And then you're able to run different ads. If I have a house, I'll target one for males, one for females, if I'm doing it, because we just think differently. So there's nothing else. Once you put a bus bench out, you can't target anyone different. It's one message for everyone. Here you can really carve out your niche. So I appreciate all the time, and I hope to see you in my breakout session.